the parts that we got in the last video, and they're ready to assemble into the first of our new shutters. So first step, let's pop some screws in. And then these butted joints are glued, and then the screws secure them in place into kind of a C-section. Next step is put in the slats that we sanded down, and because we sanded them down, they go in very easily. And this last part, I've never really figured out a good way to do it, but I put some glue, put the final part of the frame in place, just hold it securely with a couple of sash clamps. And then starting at one end, just wriggle my way down and get each of those slats into their socket. And when everything is more or less in place, tighten up the sash clamps and then let the sash clamps hold them securely while we put in the final screws to lock everything in together. Okay, and then those deep countersunk holes I'm filling with some 10mm dowels because they're a little too deep to just use filler on. And then we fill them and sand them. And then a little bit of hand sanding to finish off. And they're ready for paint. So painting shutters like this is a little bit tricky because they're prone to dripping. So it's important to take your time. Don't use too much paint. Check as you go that there's no drips. And for these shutters, I used 2 coats of primer and then a single coat of enamel. And yeah, they came up pretty good. I was happy with them in the end. They came up good as new and ready to install into their correct place. I think it only took me a couple of days to paint them and waiting for the paint to dry. Okay, now I didn't show you how they were installed, but they went in very easily. Just a few brass hinges and a few brass catches to hold them into place. I think the catches that I used originally intended to lock a sash window, but they worked really well here. I just had to make sure on the other side I put a block of silky oak as a backstop, and yeah, they're held in place really securely. And the double ones have another pair of hinges on the back that you can't see. But anyway, that's it. Job done. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next series. Bye.